G'day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at how you can no item run the extreme strength versus super physical challenge. This is a super battle road stage, so it's pretty straightforward. These are the original super battle road stages that were incredibly difficult back when they first came out, but now are definitely not so much as difficult. Nowadays it's pretty easy to no item run these stages, and it's pretty straightforward. Now, one thing I will mention is that, of course, when it comes down to these things, this is the original classic SBR, so we're finally finishing that off, which I think is pretty good, and we can move on to the category ones, which are at least a little bit more interesting and a little bit more, difficult. For the Extreme Strength team, it recently got quite a few buffs in the form of the Full Power Freezer and in the form of the Cooler. So the Final Form Cooler, the Full Power Freezer, there's quite a few decent units that have obviously received a whole bunch of kind of improvements overall with, everything. Not to mention you've got some pretty strong units in the form of Kulieza, Sealess, Cumber. There's a lot of units that have recently received very strong awakenings as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what my lineup for the Extreme Super Battle Road stage will be. I actually think I might go a more Dragon Ball Heroes orientated lineup, but I think overall there's a lot of variety in Extreme Strength because it has so many different options. You've got a lot of very, very good units under Extreme Strength. You've got the ECA Super Saiyan Goku Black. You've got Majin Buu of Destruction, Kid Buu. You've got the whole Heroes team basically. You've got Brainwash Supreme Kai of Time, Sealess, Kulieza, Super Hearts, and Cumber, the free-to-play one. So you've got a ton of incredibly good units that you can use under this area. So yeah, overall I think it is pretty straightforward and pretty simple. I think a lot of players will have pretty good teams to take on Extreme Strength. I think my team is a pretty lazy pick. If I'm honest, I don't think I put in a lot of effort. There's some really strong builds with units like Omega Shenron, who's an incredible unit, massively reduces the attack and defense of the opposition. You've then got the Cell, so you've got the Strength Cell, who also does a very similar function as well. You've got some really strong units overall, I think. So yeah, I don't want to say that it's easy, but I think there's a lot of different good strategies you can use here. Instead of just raw power like I am, I actually think there are some entertaining, really good strategies, and I use some of those in my free-to-play runs. I'll show that a little bit more in the ESBR runs. I think that's kind of where it's a bit better. Like, I'm going to definitely, you have to think a little bit more during the ESBR ones. So I think overall that's where we'll definitely see an improved strategy. But yeah, overall, just a pretty simple run. With the amount of power that Extreme Strength has, it's really quite straightforward. And yeah, between all of them, I think it's super duper easy. So beyond that, nothing too much really to mention. If you are struggling with the stage, a great free-to-play option is Strength Saiyan Cumber. I think he's great, and he does this really cool thing where he massively debuffs the opposition if they are super class enemies. So you can definitely look at using him as an option. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at how well he does. And yeah, overall you shouldn't really have a massive amount of issues if you kind of build your team along the right veins. Mega Shenron's really good. I think Perfect Cell is really, really good. I think there's a lot of top level options that you can use to create much more interesting strategies than what I have. But with that being said, everything went more than fine, and yeah, that's basically it. So let me know what you guys think, let me know your team builds, and yeah, just enjoy this really quick final classic SBR run. Now they're more free to play, and we've done them with no items. So there's plenty of ways on my channel on how to beat them. I think I also did just a classic run as well. So yeah, that's it from me, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time. Bye.